welcome back to my YouTube channel. We got a big turning point on the DXY. I think a lot of fears in the market, people are selling off the DXY thinking we're going to go lower. But if you look closely on the weekly, you can see that we're in a weekly demand, so price is likely to push higher. Nothing is a must, but looking at it and based on data, price will push higher from the area it is. So it's currently in my weekly area, but it's no need for me to take any trade yet, because what I do after it hits my weekly demand, I would then go to the daily and I would look for a daily demand. That's where I would like to see price. I mean, if you don't have much time and you can't glue to the chart a little, or you're happy to take it from the weekly, you can go right ahead. But I like entering from a daily, more risk to reward. So if you look at the blue box, so the blue box here, that's my weekly demand, and down here is my daily demand. So here's where I would like to see price to come into for me to take it all the way back to this high. So that's what I'm looking at. So then based on what the DXY do, so once the DXY comes into this zone, then I would likely take a trade on the EUROAUD, depending on which one is closer to the zone or which one looks better, which is Euro, GU, AU, NZD, which one ever looks best. So that's what I would do. Let's go to GU. So on GU, that's what I'd like to see price. So I'm looking at price to come up here, but there's two zones here, so I'll show you what I'm looking at also. So I'm also looking at here, so this box, so here, for price to come into here also and reverse. So but as I say, I'm waiting on the DXY, and based on what the DXY does, I'll make my decision. So price could stop here, it can, and then continue dropping to here. So we would wait, we would see what price does. On EU, it's very close. So the zone I got on EU is very close at the moment. So so it's very close to my entry, what I would like in EU. So I won't be taking this trade yet if it gets in there, and then on the DXY price I've moved into that daily demand. So I wouldn't take this trade till price moves into my daily demand on the DXY. Please, if you're not happy, drop a comment and I'll explain more, or I'll just leave a little description in the comment to help you. So once price get back in here, I won't do anything till DXY comes into the demand that I have. Let me just go back again. So won't do anything till price get back into this demand, and I will just wait. You could take the wider version, or let me show you two zones you could use. So you could take this trade from here or here, whichever works for you. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. That's what works for me. So that's what I'm looking at. You could try it. It's up to you. It's not financial advice. It's what works for me. I marked out this on AU to monitor it, and AU is running really deeply. So this is the zone I would like to take a trade in AU, but I'm not going to take anything yet. I'm just going to monitor it, and as the DXY move into the zone, if price is here, in here still, I'll take the trade. I'll get a better entry, but I have this mark out looking at it. So this is not a running trade or anything. This is just a trade I was looking at to take, but then on the weekly I couldn't see a clear supply that I would have liked, unfortunately. So I couldn't see a clear supply that I like, so I just marked it, leave it, and see what happens. But on NZD, this looks better. So NZD, if you look here, it's currently in my weekly supply here. See, it's already in my weekly supply. So it's already in my weekly supply. So what I'm going to do also, I'm waiting on the DXY to signal me to take this trade. I mean, price could turn from there, but as I say, it's what works for me. So I wanted to come into this little demand here, supply right here, and then drop back to here. It possibly go lower, so we could target, you could target here. You could put your target here. So, as I said, depends on how, so yeah, there you go. That's where I'm likely to take. That's a 1 to 4. That's a 4.3 RE. So that's more than enough, you know. I don't want to hold any further. I don't want anything to pull back on me or change or nothing. I'll take my profit, walk away, just in case price decide it's gonna make a reverse and decide it's going higher. So I'm gonna take my profits around here. So just keep your eye peeled. I've got an alert and everything as well. So once price hit my alert, I'll then go across to the DXY, see what's going on, and then I will enter that trade. USDJPY. For me to get into the JPY, I want to see price come here at least, and then I'll get into the trade. If it doesn't get here, it's straightforward. I'm not taking the trade. I'm not interested in the trade. Okay, and I'll probably take it to this high, but I'm gonna monitor it and we're gonna see what happens. Let's go CAD. So I missed this trade, unfortunately. CAD came into this zone due to I was away from my laptop and I didn't set it. I don't even know why I didn't set this trade. It was would have been a perfect entry. But we would monitor it to see if price comes back into here. If it comes back, I will definitely take this trade because that's a strong demand zone. 1, 2, and then here. And I'd like to take it to this high, but I'm looking for price to come under a bit of rejection here. And all my trades, I will take them once they're in line with DXY, and I'll just monitor them with the DXY, and we would see what happens here. But that likely won't be my target. My target would more than likely be right up here. But I'm just leaving it here just so I know where I would see a bit of rejection and don't panic out of the trade. It does happen. No matter how long you're trading, sometimes you do panic out of trades, you do make bad decisions. So let's see what happens. On the USD Swiss, same thing. I'm looking for price to come down here. I know it's a bit of a distance. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I wouldn't engage in this trade unless it comes here. That's the only so I engage once the DXY remains bullish. That's the only way I would engage in this trade. So I'd monitor it. Who knows, we may get some kind of news that this flash down here and you get into the trade and continue moving. I've seen it many times. So let's see what happens. And also I was looking at the USD Singapore. So I was looking at this, I marked it out. If this doesn't hold, so if price doesn't hold here, this would be my second zone, but price should hold it. So I'm gonna monitor it. I'm gonna see what happens. If price doesn't hold, this would be my entry here. I haven't engaged in this trade, as I say. I'm not currently in this trade or anything, so just gonna wait here. Well, once the market opens, we'll see what happens, see what the DXY does, and if price is within this range still, I would just get into it. We will wait, we will see. Let's move over to the cross pairs. I've got nothing on the indices this week. They're not looking that clear to me. If you go back to my previous video, you'll see how long I had this area marked on GBPAUD. You would see how long. So this is a running trade. If price happens to just reverse, that would be my next zone up here. Nothing is perfect, but somehow if price managed to reverse, I'll just take it up here. But I'm happy with this. This is a very clean entry, so we're happy with that. We're gonna see how it plays out. Another one was this, but unfortunately I didn't take this one because I already took the GU. So this could have been one as well if anyone had looked at it. So yeah, let's go down. I'm waiting for entry on NZDJPY. This is quite bullish. It takes out the high, come back, strong demand zone right here, and then we look for to push higher. So yeah, that is very straightforward. So I'm looking for something like that, back here, and to here. So that's what I'm looking for. If you're interested, that's a trade idea for you. Unfortunately, GBPAUD, it didn't came into my zone, and that's okay. I don't know what would happen, but my zone is my zone. I know we had this gap here, so I don't know if that's why the trade just done a gap fill and just moved away. So that's very unfortunate, but it happens. So I'm just gonna stick to my rule, and yeah, so I don't burn my account out or anything. So yeah, EURAUD, look at this. I marked it up. If you go back on my previous video, you'll see all this is marked up. This is marked up and been moving, but unfortunately didn't take it. Most of these markup I do, I can't take all of them, so I share them, and that way you would choose which one's best for you or in line with your strategy. And yeah, so this looks like it's gonna run really well. So let's see what happens on this trade. And last one. So on the AUDJPY, this would be my entry I'm looking for. So I'm looking for price to push up, come back, and continue, and I'll show you why. Let's go over to the weekly. So you could go up to the weekly. Price might come a bit lower, so let's go to the weekly. I'll show you. Let's neaten this up how I would like this entry. So weekly, bring this here, daily, and I'm looking for an entry around here, somewhere around here. I mean, if you don't think price would come into there, see, look, right in here, I'm looking for price to come. So I'm looking for price to come right here and then start moving higher. If you don't like that, you could go back to the daily and you could put your entry right here if that's what works for you. Yeah, but I like this more. I like this. Sorry, let's go back one. Right, I like this more. I like the 12-hour entry here and continue moving higher. Let's see what's the risk to reward with this one. Let's see. If you take the high, so 1 point, so you could take a 2-hour on this trade. Let's see what's over here. So if we go to the weekly, we can see if we can get a target on this trade. Yeah. So the next strong supply is up here, so you could take this. Could be a massive trade, but I doubt anyone's gonna hold it for that length of time. I don't know. You could take it to here or anywhere here. Anywhere here, you could take that trade. If it works for you, yeah, go for it. As price get closer, that's when I would make my decision on any of these trades, and I'll use my seasonality and my other indicators that I use to take these trades. Hopefully this weekly outlook adds some value to you. If it does, do share with a friend, a family member, or just share it, comment, like, subscribe. That's good for the algorithm, and that would motivate me to keep doing this. And this is just me sharing my outlook and my journey. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your support, and thanks for all the subscribe. Thank you. Have a wonderful trading week. Stay safe. Don't get burned out. Let's go.